Away from Aston Gaming Showcase Finals in Washington. They're gonna bury here to go on to face
Week number 4 of the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented to you by Leidos and powered by Leaguegaming. We kick off 2022 with one that should determine a solid seeding into the playoffs. Two 2-1 teams going head-to-head in this matchup today. Championship caliber players on both sides of the virtual ice as we get into the action to start the new year. Happy New Year. Happy 2022 to you and yours. And this should be a great year for those who are wanting something new to begin this year and to set their resolutions and their goals ahead for the new year. Good evening and good afternoon. My name is Nick DeMeo, aka F5 Penguin. I'm joined alongside my very good friend Brandon Bigsby, aka bMaJuH. King Lime out today. We hope you feel better, buddy. But nevertheless, we are here and ready for some action. Resolutions is what it's talking about here, right, Brandon? Or the resolution for these teams, come out with a win in this best of 3, right?
Yeah, Nick, and you look at these two sides, we all know some of the big names that people expect to be those championship contenders, the teams like Ferlunda and Havu and H-Reds, but both Goons and Reality Check starting 2-1, looking to improve that to 3-1. If you can get that mark to start out this tournament, really sets yourself up well as we get into the home stretch of the season. This is week 4, a 9-week regular season, so we're at that halfway point, Nick. So a win here against the common opponent this early on to move to 3-1 could be absolutely critical for not only both of these teams' playoff chances, but also their seeding. So expect these two teams to really want this win badly because it could mean a lot as we get to the postseason.
We talk about wins, we talk about where they've gotten to get to this point, and we absolutely need to talk about how they got here. Specifically, it's almost a tale of two teams despite the same record. They also had a same common opponent, but this time and attack difference, this might be a challenge for Reality Check.
Yeah, it really will be a challenge for Reality Check, and you can kind of just tell the difference in who they've played as well. Interestingly enough, I know it's easy to look at Reality Check when you put their stats compared to Goons, but Reality Check did play H-Reds last week, who arguably has been the best team this entire tournament. They especially have statistically, so those stats are a little bit skewed towards the negative for Reality Check compared to Goons, just because, with all due respect to Goons and their opponents, they just haven't seen a team of that caliber yet. So despite the stats, I know it might be a little bit discouraging for our viewers, like, ooh, that time on attack difference, that's a 21-minute difference there between the two, but do not fret too much. Reality Check is a good team and they have played well, just had those stats a little bit skewed last week, or in week 3 rather, against H-Red. So do not take this team lightly. I know Goons won't. Should be a very interesting 2 or 3 game series here.
Absolutely. Talking about Goons specifically, 4 out of 5 on the power play, 1 for 9 on the penalty kill, only giving up 1 goal on 9 attempts on special teams. They've locked it down on both sides of the special teams, and on the other side for Goons specifically, staying with that team, all without Jay Toro being a huge productor in the team, and you'd expect that man with a couple of big wins and decisive victories under his belt to have been played a bigger role in this contest, but he's been quiet. 0 goals, 4 assists so far.
Yeah, and I think it's funny because you look at Jay Toro's stats and you're like, oh, 4 assists. They've played 6, 7 games. That's not really too high for especially a player of his caliber. We know what Jay Toro brings to the table, not just defensively, but offensively. But interestingly enough, it's been the defense that he's really shined at. Per LG's player-based ratings, it's rated for defensemen on passing percentage, giveaways, takeaways, interceptions. He is actually the #1 rated player in this tournament so far defensively with an 80 out of 100. So even though he hasn't lit up the score sheet per se, Jay Toro has been absolutely stout on the back end and really has been a key contributor to the reason why this team has only allowed 7 goals coming into this game. Goons has done a great job with that goal differential, and even though he hasn't necessarily produced like you'd expect offensively, he has been a stalemate back there defensively with Fincona in net.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talk about Fincona in net and teams like that are able to generate victories without necessarily putting up a lot of points. When we talk about Goons, they've not let in but more than 2 goals in any of their games this season and 2 shutouts. So we talk about Fincona, all-star caliber goalie. Fincona, shutouts, has 2. Defensively, this team's pretty sound.
Yeah, and it's funny because you look at Fincona, you think of him with some of those elite goalies like Kape and Hanasulio. He is one of those guys that you know at any given point can take control of a game and be the difference between a 3-2 win or a 2-0 loss. And then you add in that defense that he has had in front of him this season with Jay Toro and Ilmari. They have really been stout in front of him. It's going to be tough for Reality Check to be able to break that, especially with them not really being able to get out of their own zone. Interestingly enough, we saw that time on attack difference. There's only really 30 seconds difference between them in average time on attack, but the time on attack difference for both of these teams, 16 minutes in the positive for Goon and under 5 minutes in the negative for Reality Check. So that kind of tells you that they get stuck in their own zone a little bit. That's going to be something that Reality Check is going to look to try to flip against a team like Goons, because this forward group will make them pay, and that defense will not want them to get in their zone with Hanasuli, or excuse me, not Hanasuli, I don't know where that one came from, Vincona being a rock back there in net. He will take advantage of any easy looks you give him.
Yeah, we always love Han Solino, so whenever we talk about goalies, obviously his name comes into the conversation. Switching over to Reality Check, we're looking at a plus-minus of almost 0 for every single player on the ice right now. So going back to having that problem of getting out of your zone, that does equate to a challenge when you're staring across the ice to a team that has a plus 14 on the plus-minus side for their squad.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that also does kind of attribute to their week 3 loss to H-Reds. They lost both of those games 2-6, and they had a -6 as a team in those 2 games combined. So their stats would be looking a little bit differently before that series compared to after. So like I said, obviously it's a little easy to get down when you just kind of look at the stat sheet, but Reality Check's a good team. They have been playing well. They had that bump in the road in week 3, but nevertheless, they're a good team that Goons cannot take lightly. Reality Check, they've been around, they've won some games. They will make you pay if they don't take them seriously. Goons, we know, has been around as well, but they know not to take anyone lightly. We know that they'll show up. It's going to be interesting here to see who really does take that forward step as we start to kind of get into more of the playoff push here at time, Nick. It's week 4, is every game getting a little bit more important in terms of that seeding, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, March right around the corner. We look at it in November, go, oh, we got plenty of time before we start off and get into the playoffs. No, my friends, we are just mere weeks away. Every win's going to matter in this Swiss format where you play against teams that are your own rank, are your own skill level, as the teams have matched up here today. And we're about to get into this action. You're absolutely right. These wins matter more so now than ever before. And we are here. The Caps Gaming Showcase presented to you by Leidos. Goons versus Reality Check. And we have that here. So we'll get the teams squared away as they sink in, get loaded. As we welcome in our viewers, twitch.tv/capitals. Myself and Brandon Bigsby alongside with you for this best of 3 in this matinee showing for those on the East Coast of the U.S., but for the evening showing on a Sunday. Brand new year for those in Europe and across the pond. Face off here. Reality Check in the dark jerseys, those black and gold trim going north on your screen as they push win that back to Jay Toro. And the Goons in the Christmas tree jerseys. Going south on your screen. White jerseys, red trim on the shoulders, green pants, white stripes as we go offside. And I think you'll see that standard EU-style hockey here with these two teams. I know Jay Toro for sure, the way they like to play defensively, that does hold true for the Goons. As we go here, good chance in the middle. That one's broken up nicely and moved along. Left up Ilmari, down low now. And they'll send it around, trying to fire that one out of the zone. They almost got it. As we come to a stop right here, 16:56 so far in the first period.
Yeah, and kind of a steady pace so far here, Nick. Not really a lot of action. A lot of neutral zone plays so far. Going to be interesting to see who gets the first flurry of opportunities here early.
It's only a game.
As we, oh, huge hit there. We go offside. I was about to say teams feeling each other out, but that was a felt hit on the ice there. Right at the blue line. Going to go offside, so we'll have a draw in the neutral zone. Face off one back. Sarapoika. Send that one behind his net. Wrapped around on the pass attempt. Jay Toro will find it on his stick. And send it along Ilmari. As I work on my European pronunciations tonight, this should be a good one. Spinning around, and he scores! Breaking one early here. The left winger gets involved and makes this one 1-0.
What do you know? It'd be Goons that get this party started here in the first few minutes of the game. And we said how they really love to take advantage of their time on attack and impose their game on their opponent. They do it again there, take advantage. A nice little move there to pass it over to Piku Roger, excuse me. And Goons with the 1-0 lead, kind of playing to the way we thought they would here to start this out, Nick. Possession and taking advantage of their opportunities when they have the puck.
Reality Check now down 1-0 early on here in the first period. And as you said, they are who we thought they were. That was the key. And so we get a good goal there from a spin down low. That was a nice move to draw off the defense. They did so successfully as Kim Johan just couldn't stay with it. And Piku Roger buries that one in as a wrist shot comes in. Goes just wide. Now, Reality Check trying to get something going. That shot didn't make it on. 2-on-1 chance the other way, though. Goons were on with speed. And the defensive Reality Check able to keep that one at bay for now. Toe drag through. That's offside. Good move by Proarxa to try to force his way through the defense. And to try to get this past Jay Toro and Ilmari for now. They'll try again. Persuiti trying to feed that through. Intercepted now. Good shot in. No, didn't get through. That attempt bounces off the back of the cage and finds its way down the length of the ice. So Reality Check will try once more. Good lead pass in, up for Tukialiha. And it's intercepted. Satapoika gonna bring it around through center ice, but it's gonna go back the other way. Reality Check met at the blue line again. That's 3 hits now. Wrist shot goes wide, just past the goalie in Fincona. He hasn't had to make a save on that puck just yet in the first period. 9 to go. The opening frame of this best of 3. Stretch pass intended wing to wing for Persuiti. That one's picked off as well nicely by the defense. Satapoika's got a step now. Can he get there? Shot doesn't happen, but a power play instead. And we're going to have a special teams opportunity here for the Goons.
You know how Goons can make you pay for penalties. They're the second-rated power play so far in the tournament. Let's see if they can make this 2-0. Would be huge for them to get a goal here and pat that lead.
4 for 5 on the power play for the Goons. Let's see if they can make something happen on this opportunity. Sent around now. We'll see what they can do on their first attempt. They'll throw it in down low and give chase. Coming up with it from the chop, right side. That's Kriketsi going to work, kept in. Nice by Jay Toro. D-to-D pass back around the other way, shot in. And good save by Fincere, staying with it the entire way. 6:14 to go here in the first.
Vincete's been solid for them this season, a 77 save percentage, under a 3 GAA. Despite how the stats might look for Reality Check as a team, he's been a rock for them in net. Look for him to make a few big saves to kind of match Vincona on the other side.
Staying on the outside, that pass up and intended up for Ilmari. He'll recover it. That's going to do it for the power play, so one shot, no goals. As Reality Check in the dark jerseys looking to break this out of their zone. That's the problem we talked about. Struggling right now early on here in the first. Chopped through. And a wrapped around chance. Good shot on. Vincona sees it. And will stop. 1-0. 4:03 to go here in the first.
It'll be interesting to see if Reality Check can establish the zone here. They get a chance here on this offensive face-off. Let's see if they can take advantage and set a play up for themselves.
ProArx's stamina meter very low right now. Has been the entire time. Sadapoika with the interceptions. Got speed. Can he fire this one through? No, he can't. Good defense there. Jesbaru and Kim Johan working together to break that one up and prevent that breakaway opportunity. Good speed. Back checking through the zone to prevent that opportunity from hitting the net. Jay Toro around behind now. And fed up. Piku Roger, that one's going to be offside. Slap shot coming in late. Getting cheeky here as we try to wrap up the first period.
Game means a lot, Nick, you know? I mean, it's easy for it to get chippy on the actual ice, but maybe a little in the virtual ice too, you know? I mean, this game means a lot for both these guys. A chance to go 3-1.
Face off at the blue line. Persuidi's got it on his stick. Lost it just as quickly. Kim Johan tries to behind the back pass. And it won't find his intended target. Now we will. On the attack, here's the right winger. Kim Johan, under a minute left. That one trickles to the goalkeeper in Vincona, and he'll hang on. Face off to the right of Vincona. 41 seconds, real time 10 seconds to conclude this first period of game number 1. Fed along now, Sadapoika. Backhand over. That was a good shot over to Piku Roger, looking for a second on the night so far. But that's going to do it for the first period. So going into the locker room at the end of 1, it is 1-0 for the Goons.
And I think it's easy to say that the first period goes to Goons there. What we saw on the team comparison sheet going in to the Bree game kind of came to fruition there in the first period. Goons really controlling the play, having the puck. Reality Check getting some of their chances, but just not having that zone time to establish themselves. While Goons, on the other hand, really able to play their game, stick in Reality Check's zone, and get a few more quality opportunities. Now, obviously, if you're Reality Check, you don't feel too bad. Only an 8-second time on attack difference, but it kind of just felt like Goons had the better of quality opportunities there, Nick. So, going to be interesting to see how this continues to unfold as these next 2 periods go on.
Yeah, 3 shots apiece. As these teams are evenly matched on paper, the 1 goal from Piku Roger in the first period, about midway through, gives them the lead so far. As we'll have to see how Reality Check responds to this opportunity to get back into the game in the second. They held on in the first after giving up the power play to the Goons that netted 0 goals, 1 shot. This play will now continue in the second period. Jesbaru's getting tripped there. That might be a call. No call there. As I thought that would be a surefire power play for Reality Check at a needed time. Tunkalia, the left side, centering pass intended for ProArxa. He's been quiet so far as that one's shoveled onto net, but saved by Vincona.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't want to interrupt you there, Nick, but I cannot believe that was not a penalty. Reality Check, not going to be too pleased with that, but got to get over that. A chance here in the offensive zone with a face-off to maybe get one inside of this game.
Is there a fine if you complain about the virtual refs in NHL 22? I don't know. So,
Don't believe so. Don't believe so. I think it's all free will to say what you want about the strikes here on the virtual ice.
Tunke Liha, there's somebody to talk about there. As somebody who's taken like 4 or 5 shots at the blue line coming into the zone. He has stood up and stood tall for his team to try to get some offense generated for his club. And they've got it back on the attack now, but lost it just as quickly. Back down the other way, 3-on-3 with the left winger back on defense, spinning around behind the net. Kriketsi, he's got it, lost it. Now Proarxa, Persuidi. Gonna switch with each other, but couldn't wrangle that one in. A little bit out of sync, so they go offside.
Yeah, something you mentioned there, it's interesting with the shots. It's actually Persuidi that has the majority of shots this season for reality check. He has 23 shots, and the next closest is Tunkalia with a 9 difference, 14 for him. So it's been kind of interesting that the roles have kind of reversed from what you'd expect coming in.
Right side now, Jay Toro. Slap shot in from the center point. Might have hit a couple of bodies in front. Good stretch pass now. Tunkalia's got it. Lost it in the corner. Persuidi, all wingers down low for shot in. Good save by Fincona, who stayed short side to get a whistle.
Fincona's been pretty sharp here through the first 30 minutes of this game. There haven't really been a lot of clear-cut opportunities for reality check, and Fincona, as sharp as ever, he's been a big part of that, not giving reality check anything easy.
As the two teams exchange a couple of passes in the center ice area. Satapoika's got it in the attacking zone now. Pikuroger looking for another goal here. He's got one on the night so far, and has been jumping at the bit to get another one. That one's going to be outstretched for Fincere to try to pick that up. He lost it. Play continues on. Goons putting the pressure on right now. Can Persuidi clear? No. Still in the zone, but now he's got it. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Right side, Tunkalia looking for a shot in. Can't get it off. Good defense by Jay Toro. And the Goons coming back the other way. Satapoika, right side now. Working down low from the corner. Jay Toro, right point, right circle. Shot in. Hits in front. That was Kim Johan blocking that before it hit the goalie. And it's out of the zone. Offside, they'll reset and try to get back in. Big hit there at center ice. Spinning around one more time. Satapoika. No shot there. 6:30 here left in the second period. Up 1-0 is the Goons right now. Banked off the board. Satapoika, no look pass. Finds Kim Johan, who's on the stolen end of that puck pass. And he'll fight from the corner. Can he get out? Jesbaru will try again. And they'll finally move it across center. Bank pass off the half boards. Finds its way behind the net. Picked off now, Proarxa. Centerman looking for a shot in. Tunkalia tried it as well, and he couldn't get one off either. So reality check. Really trying to put the pressure on here. Closing stages of the second period, game number 1. And now we have a penalty. So just as I say that, the Goons will go on their second power play of the evening.
Yeah, and that's kind of where their momentum from the first goal sparked, was on the power play. They only had the one shot and they didn't score on it, but that's where they kind of started to get their zone time and get things flowing. Let's see if they can do it again as they do there, Nick.
Shot and score. Satapoika off the set play. He scores, and it's 2-0.
And we were just talking about if Goons could maybe take the momentum that they had. They did it on last power play. They took that momentum that they had and scored just a minute after they went back on 5-on-5. This time, it took them maybe about 15 seconds to get off the board. A beautiful play and a nice shot. Not much you can do there if you are Fincere. And now, reality check with their backs against the wall here. Down 2-0 with just a little bit over 2 minutes to go here in the second period.
Goons up 2-0, and Fincere jumped all the way to the left there. Maybe if he stayed center to the puck, that wouldn't have gone in. That rang off the post. Far side on that set play off the faceoff. Nevertheless, both wingers for the Goons have a goal apiece. This best of 3, game number 1. As that shot goes in off the stick, off the skate, and he scores! It's 3-0 now, and everybody is getting in the scoring now. This time the centerman in Kriketsi.
Yeah, and now Goons, they have just firm control of this game. They put the puck on net. You never know what can happen when you do that. You just have to be in the right position and put yourself in a chance to get that opportunity. They do so and they take advantage, and now Goons with firm control of this game up 3-0. Next goal is going to be a critical one for reality check. Have to get it.
See if they can hurry. 30 seconds left here in the second period. Spinning around. Shot in. Good shot there. Stayed by Fincere, keeping his team in the game for right now. You don't want to give up a goal in the final 30 seconds of a period for sure.
Yeah, and it seems like the momentum is kind of flipped. It was kind of a back and forth game through the first 15 minutes of the second period, but GOONS has just turned it on since then.
Final 5 seconds. Has a move here. Persuidi looking for a shot in. Shot there, saved by Fincona. And that is going to be a highlight to end the second period. Fincona stretching out to try to glove that one down from the sky. And he will do that as his team goes into the locker room at the end of 2, 3-0.
And boy, I know it's 3-0, but isn't that a huge save? There's a big difference between going in a period down 3-1 and down 3-0. That is a huge save there from Fincona when things had gotten pretty light for him there in the last 5 minutes or so after that power play goal and then the goal to follow just 2.5 minutes later. But Fincona, that was a big save there at a time where you would maybe even feel almost relaxed a little bit because of the 3-0 lead. There's a big difference between going up 3 and going up 2, even though it might seem light. Just 3-0 and 3-1, a bit bigger of a difference than what some may think. A big save from Fincona right when they needed to at the end of that period. As we go into a big third period there, GOONS had the first goal with Piku Roger in the first period, and then scored 2 with 5 minutes to go.
Tukalia with a shot there right off the face-off. Stretch pass through the defense. That shot hit off the glass behind Fincona. They're going to try to force it in front. Piku Roger down the other way. Dangerous opportunity there. Fincetta throws it back out. Off a couple of sticks there in front. That one trickled through to the goalie. Kim Johan can't grab it to clear it. It's off the boards now. Jay Toro. And now moved along. Tunkelia. One more time in front. Jammed it in, and it's going to be waved off, though. Too much traffic in front. That one's probably not going to count.
Yeah, goalie interference. He had no chance of being able to say that there. Unfortunate for reality check, but you know you can get it there. They had a good chance. Can they do it here again and actually get it to convert?
He'll try it again there, and that was a good chance. Jammed on by Persuidi. And Tunkelia all over the ice right now trying to get something going for his team. With 5 minutes gone here in the third period. Chasing it in down low. Proarxa left up. Kim Johan center point shot in from the left D. And Sadapoika will take it away. Fought at the half boards, coming out with it. Proarxa, the centerman, for reality check. Jammed in front, second chance, third chance. Good job by Fincona to make that save. But right now, reality check is buzzing.
Yeah, and they're just trying to get as many pucks to the net as they can and get in position for whatever may happen when they get there. Fincona, he's had his work cut out for him the last few minutes. I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Pretty much desperation time for reality check here.
Fincona again with a shot and a save. As the shots are coming in, and he's being pelted right now, but none past him so far.
Yeah, you know what they say, pepper the goalie as much as you can. As long as the opportunities are there, you want to try to do it. Reality check taking that to the extreme, getting lots of chances here the last few minutes.
And he finally gets one there. Persuidi from the faceoff dishes his way down low to the left side of the ice, feeds it over to Proarxa, and it's now 3-1.
And isn't that what the doctor ordered there for reality check now? If they can get another quick one, we have a completely different hockey game here, folks, than a great play there from reality check. You said it, Nick. They were buzzing and the momentum was real a little bit from GOONS, and now reality check with a chance to seize it there. If they can get another quick one here, you might have some action here, Nick. It's a lot of time left here in this game.
You can almost feel the momentum shifting there in for reality check. They got one as Jay Toro rips one from way outside, and Fincetta able to see it all the way. Like you said, if they get one more, it's a completely different game. But right now, 3-1, and for the GOONS, they've got to get out of their zone, establish some zone time in the other end. 12:15 to go here in the first. Face off there, won by the GOONS themselves. Off the boards, banked up for Kriketsi. He's got it, wheeling it into center. He couldn't get in the slot area. They'll lay it back off the right side. Piku Roger looking for another lane through, couldn't find it. That one's intercepted. Persuidi back the other way. Shot in there, slap shot there, one timed, and bounced off a player in front. They're just forcing it to the middle now, off the iron from behind the cage. Jamming and working it out of the zone. They'll finally do so as it's pushed along. picked up for Tunkeliya. Who else? That's who we've been talking about all night so far. Tunkeliya behind the net, wrecked there, as he lost himself behind the net of Fincona. That one's going to be darted along the boards, picked up now by ProArxa. He's got one on the night now so far, looking for another to try to get closer to tying this game up before regulation expires. Got a long way to go, though. 2 goals down, 6:30 to go here in the third. Game number 1. That pass intended for one of the defensemen, probably Yesbaru, but didn't make it to the player. Instead, they'll have to come back out to center and try again. This time, Yesbaru was in, but not for long. Kriketsi intercepted Kim Johan. Now up the left side, trying the middle lane. ProArxa, pass there, deflected off a stick into the zone. Out with it will be the defense for the Goons. Centering feed there. Goons was laying that one out for Piku Roger, and it didn't connect, but they're in the zone now and just got to keep it down low and kill some time. Tried to Michigan that one through. That was cheeky. Don't know if it was deserved, but at the half-board's level there, and you'll see Leaguegaming's powered statistics show up on your screen through the duration of the broadcast today, as Afro Dunk beats Dynastia, sorry. Shot in there. Fincona makes the save, and we have 1 minute and 5 seconds left here in the third.
Yeah, they're going to take the quick time out there, and understandably so. But something that you kind of noted, Nick, that I think has been a big difference in this period is that Reality Check hasn't allowed Goons to get that just really coveted zone time that they do so well with. It's what kind of got them here to this 2-1 record, and even had a lot to do with the reason that they're up 3-1 in this game. Reality Check has done a great job not really allowing them to establish themselves in the zone, something that they kind of struggled with at certain points in this game. So got to give them credit for doing something right and adjusting here against a Goon squad, but they don't have a lot of time to tie this one up.
There's a shot in from Persuidi. As we looked at the replay, they tried to feed that one off the back of the goalie and in with a backhand chance. Just came up short, as this would have been 3-2 if they connected. Face off here. One back by the Goons. 2-on-2 through center, now 4-on-3. And that's going to be recovered. Dangerous chance, though. But it was recovered by Yesbaru. Cleared out of the zone. Under 40 to go here in the third period, as of right now. Will we see a tie? 2 goals in 38 seconds. Tunkeliya. Good pick off. Persuidi behind the back. And they forced out the goalie. So the goalie's been pulled. Sadapoika's got it. Intercepted by ProArxa. They'll fire it in. That will be icing. So they'll return the goalie with 21.7 left here in the third.
We've seen crazier things happen. I think if Goons wins this face-off, though, that might put a bow on this thing. It's going to take a lot for Reality Check to get in this, but we've seen crazier things.
Yesbaru feeding it up. Sadapoika keeps it in the zone. ProArxa's got to get to it. And that one's going to be rubber banded along the ice. And icing here, 12.1. Unfortunate here for Reality Check.
Yeah, and there's been about 10 seconds that have gone down on icings alone. You kind of wish you had that back if you're a Reality Check, but some positives to take away from this third period. They've honestly outplayed Goons here in this third, so some positives to take in for game 2 if you're the boys in black looking to tie this series up 1-1 here in the next game.
And we'll have to see if they can. Goons so far staying true to themselves, giving up no more than 2 goals per game here. As they do so again at the end of this one, it's over. Reality Check drops game number 1 to the Goons by a scoreline of 3-1.
Yeah, and I think the Goons will be pretty thankful for that 5-minute flurry of the 2 goals that they had there in the last 6 minutes of the second period. Otherwise, we could maybe be talking overtime. Goons didn't really get a lot of chances there in the third period, but their work through the first 2 periods enough to give them the win here 3-1. But like I was kind of alluding to earlier, some positives to take here in the game too if you're reality check. Probably the better team there in the third period, so maybe they picked up on a few tendencies and got things going there and learned a few things. We'll see if they continue to carry that over in the third period, or if Goons will coordinate a response to some of the changes that reality check made there in the last 20 minutes. But some positives there for the losing side, even despite the L.
Yeah, there's something to build from when you look at what they were able to accomplish within a 5 to 6 minute period there. But overall, not the game they wanted to play, as they could not establish enough zone time, even though the time on attack looks relatively the same. It just felt like a lot of one and dones for the team that fell to this one to the Goons in reality check.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it, right? One and dones. And obviously you look at time on attack and you kind of associate that with how many times or how often you're getting opportunities. But that's not really often the case, because if you have that time on attack, but you're not able to get that high quality of opportunities, you can spend just 3 minutes kind of just trying to find something open, whether it be in the corners or behind the net in places that aren't really high danger opportunities. And unfortunately for reality check, they just didn't really get enough of that. Obviously, Fincona had stretches where he had to work a little bit, but just not often in high risk enough to where it could really make too big of a difference for them. And that's what Goons has been so good at all season, Nick, being able to control that possession time and taking advantage of the time on attack that they get. And that was the difference in this one, and it held true in game 1.
Almost felt like they love to play the outside, keep the puck to the outside. They're okay with giving you that outside space, knowing that they'll keep the puck out of the middle. And you see the goal here from reality check. They gave up the middle and found some room there in Proarxa getting the goal. He did find some space.
Yeah, and that's something reality check, I think, will look at that game 1 and say, okay, how can we find that space in the middle? And if we can't, how can we go to a plan B? Because you kind of saw that when they weren't getting those chances in the middle, they just started throwing it on net. And sometimes that's the best policy. If you get a body in front for a tip or for a rebound, it's not really a lot you can do as a goalie or a defenseman in that case. So if you can't get anything through the middle, you can kind of alter it and just kind of push shots on net. You just have to make sure that you have your teammates there in order to maybe get a second or third chance opportunity, whether it be by a tip or a rebound. So we'll see if reality check adjusts, but Goons kind of sticking to the game plan and executing it well. And the good teams, that's how they win, Nick. They know how to stick to a game plan, play it out, play it well, and it played out for Goons to get them a win in a 1-0 series lead.
You're exactly right. And for Goons, they just stuck to the game plan. That's what they did. That's how they got here. And every winger walked away with a goal and a point in that contest in game number 1, this best of 3 for this Swiss format. So we'll have to see what that shakes up in game number 2. The lessons learned, I think, is you have to make sure that if you're going to be okay giving out the outside, that you're disciplined enough to not give up the middle after some time. We saw the flurry come in from reality check, and that really did Goons in. Just too little too late, but they did figure out a way to crack that shell, crack that shield, and break into the middle of the ice. They finally did it. Unfortunately, it didn't happen early enough in the game, but that might be something to adjust to here in game 2.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Goons looks to adjust to that, because they know that reality check probably outplayed them there in that third period, had a ample amount of chances compared to Goons there, and realistically a bounce here or a bounce there and you could be looking at a 3-2 or potentially even a 3-3 game going into overtime. So as much as reality check knows what they did to adjust, you know that Goons and the quality of guys they have on that side know what they did to adjust to and look to counteract that. And that's what brings out the best of these teams, Nick, especially in esports in the NHL community of this level. Teams strategically adjusting, seeing what their opponent is doing and seeing how they can counteract that to kind of move away or move to something specific that they want to kind of instill within this game. So kind of like a chess match, Nick, it's going to be interesting to see how Goons responds to the playstyle switch from reality check that we saw that third period.
As they match up one more time, the teams are already ready to chomp at the bit and get back into this. We remind you that this Caps Gaming Showcase is presented to you by Leidos and powered by Leaguegaming.com. On the screen at the top here, you'll see a ticker of the games happening in the EU division here in this 2 o'clock Eastern time showcase. At 9 o'clock Eastern, we'll have the North American division up at the top for you. And during the games, as scores come in, you'll see them pop up on the right-hand side of your screen. That is our powered by Leaguegaming stats and interactive dynamic system that pulls in game stats as the games happen and pulls in the final scoreline so you can stay up to date on what's going on. That will come critical later on this season when we get into week 7, week 8 of the regular season, where every single result will have a factor in how a team seeds out, right?
Yeah, and we kind of mentioned it in the pregame, Nick. It might just say, oh, week 4, there's plenty of time left in the tournament. We're hitting that halfway mark now. So when you look at the standings, there's only so many more opportunities, with everything in the standings being counted by series wins and not just game wins. So we're starting to kind of already get into that critical point to where every single game, every single play means a little bit more every time. And you start to see certain teams kind of scoreboard watching a little bit more. So going to be a lot of fun to see some of these stories and some of these standings develop here as we kind of start to get in the playoff hunt mode here, Nick, in the last few weeks. Going to be a fun 3 or 4 weeks here in the Caps Gaming Showcase. It's been a fun first month. Can't wait to see how the rest of this thing shakes out.
As the teams sync up for game number 2, they'll switch jerseys and home and away. And what that tells you is those Goons jerseys will change to dark red. The reality check jerseys will change to white and gold. And we're on home ice here for reality check, or here rather for the Goons. As face-off is underway here. Game number 2 of the Caps Gaming Showcase, presented to you by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming. Play starts here. Jay Toro tries to carry that one through the blue line. He will. Now down low from the left corner. Working it out. Can't keep it in the zone, though. Kriketsi, rather. Sorry. And they'll have to start out again. Ilmari over center. Kriketsi. It's going to be poked free. Good chase to the corner. He's got it, though. Out right side. Jay Toro. Right point. Slap shot in. And tipped in. Scores! So the first goal comes early in game number 2, and they're picking it back up right where they started. That shot comes in from Jay Toro, and the right winger in Sadapoika makes this 1-1-0.
It's almost ironic, Nick. We were talking about for reality check how sometimes the best thing to do can just be throw that shot on net. You never know what can happen if you get the right guys in the right positions to maybe capitalize on a tip or get a second chance opportunity. Goons takes that to heart and says, okay, we can do a little bit of that too. So Sadapoika positions himself, gets the tip, and makes this a 1-0 lead for Goons.
So 1-0 your scoreline early on here in the first. As we go offside here, 15:38 to go here in the first period. That's a strong showing there for the Goons early on here, as they look to make a statement here against their opponent in reality check. Sadapoika. Wraparound chance. And a good save by Finsetter. He'll hang on for the whistle. 14:19 to go here in the first period. Face off here, one back picked up. No, not picked up rather. That looked like it was going to be just driven home by Kim Johan, but instead, slap shot came in. Finsetter makes the save, and Tunkalia gets wrecked one more time. Pikurogu, though, looking to bring that one over into the attacking end. And unfortunately, could not get it to net. That's going to be icing. And this is a slow start to the first period, but it does favor the team currently in the lead.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to mind this here with the 1-0 lead. And now they get another chance here with the offensive zone faceoff to possibly establish that zone time that they love to get and take advantage with another goal.
Tunkalia has been quiet on the scoreline, but has been active in every other part of the ice so far. He's hoping he can get one here. Backhand chance. Good effort there. Poke check free by the goalie. Still in the zone. Sauce pass through. That's not going to make it all the way through, though, as Ilmari takes it back, but no! Stolen by Pro Arxa. And Fincona able to make the save. Face off to the right of Fincona. Aggressive face-off. Tried to pick that one up was Tukelia. He's going to work here for his club. Came up just short that time, and that's kick saved off the post by Fincere. So reality check. Trying to get this going with 9:07 here in the first period. So far, we've not seen much from them in this opening frame of the game number 2. Tukelia throws it in down low. Bumped off the puck. That was going to be intended for Piku Roger, who was going to steal it, but Persuidi instead tried to get that one to net. And they're generating some chances now, but can't find a way to get that one to Fincona. Pushed off at the benches, and out with it will come the Goons as they got it from the corner. Good kick save there by Fincere. Dangerous chance in front. That one was shoved along to net. Holding it now, 5:20 to go here in the first period. Down low and spinning. That one's going to be rejected. Tukelia up now, Pro Arxa. Everybody's coming in on the play. Yes, Baru's back there. Slap shot in. Almost found Persuidi. He's got it. Kim Johan, second chance, and the shot goes through, but saved there by Fincona. So Fincona standing tall when he needs to, as that stretch pass crosses 2 lines. It was picked up by Tukelia. Who else? Nearing 2 minutes here in the first period. Kriketsi now with it. Piku Roger. Left side toe drags in front. Traffic. And Fincere able to keep that one out of his net for now. Team effort there to clear that puck. And it's pushed aside. Kriketsi now one more time. Final minute here of the first period. Left side, Tukelia. He's going to get leveled once more. Tukelia's taken like about a dozen shots here at that blue line through 4 periods of hockey, but nevertheless, Goons is still up, and they're up in this game 1-0.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned Tukelia. I mean, he wasn't really a guy that we just kind of keyed out as being like, oh, he could be a key opportunity getter for this reality check team, but whether it be on offense or even on the defensive side with him forechecking, kind of applying pressure on that side of Goons, he's really been all over the ice and making his presence known. He's been one of the positives for this reality check team, but I think they're going to want to try to replicate more what they did early on in this game, and obviously in the third period of that game 1. It kind of feels like Goons has adjusted a little bit to what they were doing to get that zone time and success, because reality check, once again, not really able to get a high quality amount of opportunities with the zone time that they've had. So we'll see if they can adjust. I like that tip opportunity that they had there about mid-late end of the first period there. Could have easily gone in if the bounce goes the other way. So we'll see if reality check kind of adjusts and looks to favor themselves for some more high quality chances when they get that zone time.
Opening face-off to the period number 2 just becomes an icing, so we'll come back the other way and do it again, but this time in the defensive end for reality check. Face-off one back by RC as they carry it over center. Tukelia out for Pro Arxa. Behind the net now, wrapped around chance for Persuidi. Fincona tracks it down, makes the save, and that's been the story of about 4 periods so far, is Fincona making the saves when he needs to.
Yeah, and we kind of said how they might not be the most high quality of opportunities, but you still have to position yourself right when they're there, and it's a big one from Fincona.
Fincona, huge kick save. As that shot came in lasered from Kim Johan. 2-on-1 now the other way. Good back checking there by Tukelia. Their team can get back into this, but no, it's going in one more time. 2 goals for Satapoika. Another tip shot in from center point, and it's 2-0.
You might as well mark that front of the net as Satapoika's office. We know our friends at the Capitals know about players having certain spots of the ice that they'll call home, and Satapoika has been manning the front of the net there, just kind of fraying the vision there of the goalie and Finseer and putting the tip in for the second time. Goons really taking advantage of those plays there. Something he said Reality Check could maybe look to do, and Goons has said, nah, I think we'll go ahead and take that and put it in the book for ourselves, and they're up 2-0 because of it.
So 2-0 there. Satapoika putting the team on the map here with 2 tip goals. As we've got a breakaway forming here. Back checking though by the Goons. They did so successfully. It's Persuidi from the corner, trying to get their team back into it. Satapoika with the steal. Giving chase, Kim Johan. Backsliding out in front, laying it cross ice, and almost in there by Finsetter, making the save. In the corner now, penalty will be drawn, and unfortunately, Reality Check here is going to go on the penalty kill one more time. It is a power play opportunity for the Goons, up 2-0.
Yeah, and a big chance here. We know how Goons can take advantage of these power plays. If they go up 3-0, might be dangerous position here for Reality Check. A key penalty kill here in the series.
Trying to clear it, they will. Fincona picks it up on his stick, and he'll waffle board that one out. 70% power play right now for the Goons as they went 1 for 2 in the last game. Flipped out, back on net. Fincona's going to grab it one more time. He'll push it to his left. And Jay Toro will start again for his team. 38 seconds left here on this man advantage. Satapoika's got it though. In front, shot, score! This time the left winger. And it's Piku Roger getting in on the action. A power play goal for that man. It's 3-0.
Yeah, and you know, we've been talking so much there about, because of the tip plays that they've gotten, we've talked so much about how Satapoika's been able to be the goal scorer here for Goons, and we haven't heard much about Piku Roger. He's been one of the better forwards in this tournament so far. He led this team in goals, coming in with 8, and he gets his 10th there, second of the series, to make this 3-0. And now for Reality Check, this is must-score territory here, because if not, it's going to get late early.
It's running away from them quickly if they don't recover here in the second period. Middle stage of the middle frame of the middle game. Persuidi out right side's got some space. Tukalia shot in there, saved by, it might have been Ilmari bouncing off of his body there before it crossed the net. Down low, Jay Toro, stolen pro arcs. Persuidi shot there, scores! This time it's Tukalia finally getting one, and it's 3-1.
Man, and doesn't he deserve it? He's been all over the ice in this game. He's had so many close chances, really, to maybe capitalize, and it's just for one reason or another, it hasn't happened. He set himself up well there, position in front of the net, as we talked about. Nick, Goons have been doing so well at not allowing those chances right through the middle. Tukalia finds the space, gets open, a solid pass there from Pararska to get it to him, and now Reality Check kind of reeling things back in this game. They'd love to get another one here before the period ends.
Yeah, Proarska starting some damage there to get things going, but as soon as we say that, I was gonna walk through the play. Doesn't matter. Satapoika gets his hat trick, and it's 4-1 for the Goons.
Yeah, and Satapoika with the hat trick there, and Goons, it didn't take them long to respond there, right? We're saying, okay, Reality Check with a chance to kind of reel this momentum back in and kind of get back into this thing. Goons taking it right back in just the flip of a switch. A key play there from Satapoika, and beautiful stick movement there on the pass to him. And just like that, we're right back where we started, a 3-goal deficit.
And it's almost like that's the way you have to respond if you're a team in the lead. You know you're not going to always get a shutout, right? You know you're always not going to get one or two goals might go in. You have to kind of accept that. How do you respond when a team does rally back to score? Well, if you can score right away, you can put that team at bay. They did so here, and it's 4-1, but dangerous chance here in front right now for Reality Check. Satapoika will alleviate the pressure valve for right now. At the right side, Piku Roger. Fighting from the corner. Kim Johan going to work here. Still got it now. In front. Ilmari's going to have to go track that down. He will. Looking to get it to Jay Toro. He'll find him. Bounced off of KimYoHan instead for the pass intended for his winger. Up the left side, Tunkelia. Right now, half boards, down low. Shot in, good chance there. And Tunkelia was wide open in the slot. Saved there by Fincona. Second shot on was just shoveled onto the net by the right winger there in Persuidi, but we'll have an icing here, 58.2 to go in the second.
Yeah, and that's a big-time save from Fincona. You know how badly Reality Check wants to score here to make it a 2-goal game going into the third. Fincona not having it on that one. We'll see if they can hold on to this lead here with about 40 seconds to go.
Reality Check starting to buzz here again, but will it be too little too late? They'll fight for it in the corner, flipped out, not cleared. Pikuroger turns around, and that's going to do it for the second. So lots of goal scoring here in the second period, and it walks out 4-1 with a hat trick going to Satapoika.
Yeah, Nick, we were not left short of action, to say the least there. Goals galore between Goons and Reality Check, and you know, it's funny that you kind of said, how do you respond when a team comes back and scores on you after you kind of have that lead and things are going so well for so long? The good teams, the elite teams, are able to coordinate those responses in the right way, and Goons, in not even a minute and a half's time, responded with a goal of their own. A big difference between a 2-goal and 3-goal deficit, kind of like we were saying in Game 1. Reality Check wasn't able to come back from that in Game 1, so you mix that with a couple of the saves that Fincona made in the last few minutes, and you get a 4-1 lead for Goons in just 20 minutes, standing between them and a 3-1 record in a series win here.
As this is what the teams are vying for, a 3-1 record to go into week 5. Crucial for them here, so we'll see how the third period shakes out here. Caps Gaming Showcase presented to you by Leidos, powered by Leaguegaming. Right side now, Jay Toro. He'll throw it in back down low, and that's the name of the game for the Goons right now. Get pucks in deep. That's the cliche, but it really is going to be the case here tonight. Tunnel vision going over WannaCry 5-3. And those stats you'll see on the right-hand side of your screen that I've alluded to by Leaguegaming's dynamic stat system. Fought for it. Proarska shot in. Good save by Fincona. Jay Toro wraps it around, and oh, unfortunate there by Yesbaru. Couldn't wrangle that one in. In front, chance. Good save there that time. KimYoHan with the block. As we go offside here, 15:39. Brandon, it's been the defense. Maybe too late, though, but big step up by Yesbaru and KimYoHan.
Yeah, despite this being 4 goals in for Goons, I think that they've really done about as much as they can here. A lot of these goals have been tip opportunities, you have to remember. Not really a lot you can do about there as the defenseman, so it'll be interesting to see if they play more aggressive down by 3.
Shot in, goes wide on the 2-on-1 chance from the Goons. Proarska back the other way to Gilia. Left circle, spinning around, backhand chance denied by Persuidi. This is game number 2. Goons up 1-0 versus Reality Check. So we go offside here, or icing rather, 12:39 to go here in the third period.
This is going to be a big chance for Reality Check here. Down by 3, and the time is starting to get thin here. You're closing in on halfway through the third period. Got to get one here to close this gap quick. Going to run out of time here if you don't do it soon.
Milmari's pass was up for Kriketsi. He'll connect on that, but can't get through the zone. Good poke check by Yesbaru. Jay Toro will feed that one along. Pikuroger intended up for. That was a great shot for Satapoika, but Finsetter able to stay with it for right now. 10:39 to go here in the third, as the Goons were trying to put the dagger into this game.
Yeah, and that's a big one there from Finsetter. If Reality Check can man a comeback here, bookmark that one. Big one there. It could have easily been 5-1 if not for the positioning there from the Reality Check goalie.
Fires a shot in, and Fincona's going to throw that one out. As Tunkalia took a shot from the outside slot area. Now go offside, 9:13 to go. When you talk about the Goons right now, they're really gearing up here and trying to close down this game, not giving up any chances in the middle. And that's kind of what we talked about in the pregame of game number 2. Learning from mistakes and adjusting accordingly. Tunkalia shot in, glove. Oh, and shot and scores off the tip rebound from the kick save from Fincona. It is 4-2 now, and this might get interesting.
Yeah, now you have something, a 2-goal game and still some time left for reality check. We said they needed to act quick. They do so there. They get a shot on net and get a chance. And now 8 minutes, 2 goals. That's some time to work with, Nick. So Goons really going to have to log down there in the way you were talking about. Their playstyle kind of fits with this kind of 2-goal game lead. We'll see if they can stick to that.
That shot was tipped as it fluttered into the sky, and Fincona will glove that down. So 7 minutes and 48 seconds here for 2 goals. And the face-off to the right of Fincona. They'll align in the aggressive setup. 12 apiece here for face-off wins. Jumping early, Goons will win it from the corner. Stolen Tunkalia. Tunkalia looking to get that one back. Persuidi instead. He'll get it back to his stick. Pushed off of it and recovers. Off the boards, banked off the backboard. Shot in, deflected in front. Jay Toro with a save. He'll block that one before it makes its way to the net. This time, Yesbaru will clip that one down and send it up for, well, now it bounces off instead, and that was Kim Johan looking for it. But now Proarska, who's got the goal there, that bring this one to a 2-goal deficit. Pikuroger, though, with speed on the right side. Shot in, good save by Fincere, brings that down. Now Tunkalia through the legs and back behind the net. Fighting out from the corner. And he's pushed off the puck, so time now winding down quickly as it's just a war of attrition for these two clubs right now. Held up there. Shot in, tipped in front. That was a good tip by Persuidi, but able to see it all the way was Fincona. Intercepted Kim Johan. Out now Proarska. In front, chance. Oh, and Fincona's just not letting that one get by. Ilmari holding on, and under 100 seconds now left in the game. Regulation time, at least that. Can they tie it? Traffic in front. Fincona's just going to hang on and slow things down as the entire team was standing in his kitchen looking to poke that rebound free.
Yeah, and Goons, time being their friend, the way they play defensively, just trying to keep you to the outside, it goes to their advantage in a game like this. Now just a minute left, reality check really going to have to get aggressive to get one in quick.
And they'll try that there, but that will be for Goons instead. So opening up another goal here in the third period, it's Goons and it's 5-2.
Yeah, and that should put the icing on the cake there for Goons, and that's a big one there. You didn't want to let reality check get a quick one, then you're in a 1-goal game and things kind of get a little bit dicey there if you're the team in red, but they go ahead and get that coveted goal there with under a minute left to probably close this one out. Gotta feel good here if you're Goons.
The centerman Kriketzi getting his goal there. Pikuroger stretch pass there, shot in, doesn't go on net, goes wide there to the left of Fincere. Under 30 seconds here, and you're absolutely right. When we talk about this game, Goons have been in control the entire time through 6 periods with only 10 to 15 minutes of question marks and worry for their club through 120 minutes of in-game play. Shot there saved by Fincere. So going into week number 5, you got to feel really good if you're Goons. As time winds down here, 3 seconds, 2 and 1. That's going to do it. Goons takes the series 2-0 and wins this game 5-2 with a decisive win in both games for their club right now in those red jerseys.
Yeah, you have to say pretty well deserved there for Goons. Really the better team through really probably about 4.5 periods out of the 6 total that were played. They just kind of stuck to the game plan again and just did what works for them per usual. They dominated that zone time and got high quality chances, maybe not through just a consistent amount of time, but at timely points of the game. You combine that with some of the big saves from Fincona and not really allowing reality check to do what they ideally wanted to by forcing things through the middle and just keeping them to the outside. You get this result, and Goons just executing and getting a well-deserved result. You see why this team was a solid team coming in, and they proved why today, and they're going to move 3-1 because of it. Now you position yourself pretty well here for that playoff push as we enter the last 4 weeks here in the EU tournament regular season. That's a big one for Goons to gain there.
And you talk about Reality Check going 2-2 now. What happens for their playoff run right now, Brandon?
I don't think you can really get too panicked here if you're Reality Check. You look at the standings, and there's only 6 teams that have 3 series wins. That's H-Reds, who is the only 4-0 team as of now. We're still waiting on the results from Frölunda and Havu series. And then you have Conquer Gaming, Tunnel Vision, and YMCA, who are all 3-1, and Goons will now be joining them. So only 7 teams that are at 3 wins or more. So if you are Reality Check, you have everything ahead of you. You just have a little less room for error in these next games in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Mean a little bit more now, so you just have to kind of just bunker down and really sure up your play. I know there were a few things that they probably liked in this game. They had some decent opportunities for flurries in time, but the consistency just wasn't really there, whether that just be from not enough opportunities generated or just the defensive play from Goons. So some things to work on for Reality Check, but some positives to take away from this too. Still everything ahead of them. Just have to focus on these next few weeks and how you play against your opponents, where the standings are pretty staggered together. So now these next 3 or 4 games for them just become even more important.
And as you mentioned there, that Frölunda Havu result we're waiting on. We're going to see a battle of 4-0 teams there, but you mentioned H-Reds 4-0 as well. So Goons, they might find themselves facing one of these teams here in the very near future as well, right?
Yeah, and Goons hasn't really had to face a team of that caliber, with all due respect to their opponents so far this season. They haven't had to face an H-Reds like this team in Reality Check has, or a Havu or a Frölunda. So even though Goons has that good record, they still have to keep playing well here, and they've had some good things to take away from. But the great thing about this tournament, the Caps Gaming Showcase, is that you can get your wins, and that's great, but eventually you're going to run into a team that's been winning just as much and has been playing just as well, if not even better than you have. So it's going to get even tougher for Goons. I think they showed a lot here today that they can respond to that and play up there with some of these high-quality teams. They're going to have to continue to do it because the schedule getting no easier for them in the future.
No, definitely not. It just gets harder as we go up the ladder, and we keep covering these premier matchups and these high-quality teams. Well, this is what you get. You're going to run into teams that might get hot real early, might get hot a little bit too late, and it's almost like a baseball mentality where if you get hot too early coming into the playoffs, that actually might not benefit you getting into the playoffs, whereas a team that started maybe 0-1 can get on a run, get into the playoffs, get lucky, catch a few breaks, and then become a hot team to contend with as they move through the playoffs. So it's something to look for as Goons takes this one 2-0, wins their games 3-1 and 5-2 respectively, winning game number 2 pretty much decisively here. Shots were 12-16, but really the time on attack, even though Reality Check was double the hits from the Goons, 15-4. And that was a difference maker. Reality Check with a lot of hits in game number 1, only 4 in game number 2.
Yeah, and it's something that it feels like they kind of pulled away from. They were very aggressive there in that first game, especially from the defensive aspect. You kind of notice as you were watching them that the defensemen in Jesbaru and Kim Johan, they were pushing up a lot at that blue line and getting a lot of bodies on the wingers there of Goons. And that's something that they kind of pulled away from in that game too, whether that be on purpose or not, but nevertheless kind of has something to do with how much Goons was able to break into the zone, possibly because they didn't have that same amount of pressure that they really did in game 1. And for Reality Check, the chances that they did get, the pressure that they did sustain, just not consistent enough compared to Goons, who were able to apply it just for a lot longer and at a bit more of a higher quality than their opponent were today.
So the congratulations in order for the Goons. Reality Check goes to 2-2. Goons 3-1 as they look forward to whoever wins these top matchups here of the teams of the undefeated. That's going to do it for us this afternoon, but it's not going to do it for us for the rest of the day. We have the North American division coming up later tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on twitch.tv/Capitals, where you're not going to want to miss a great matchup for you tonight. I'm really excited to bring that one to you, as well as I'll be joined alongside you again, Brandon, as we keep moving forward here in this Caps Gaming Showcase, presented to you by Leidos and powered by Leaguegaming. So that's going to do it for us for right now. We'll see you in about 6 hours, just in a little bit here. Don't go anywhere. Stay next to enjoy your American football or whatever you might be watching, and come back and see us at 9 p.m. tonight Eastern Time for our North American matchup. So on behalf of the entire staff here at Leaguegaming, at Caps Gaming, and of course, thank you to our sponsor at Leidos. My name is Nick DeMeo, aka F5 Penguin, alongside Brandon bMaJuH Bigsby. Get well, Lime. Everyone else, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.